All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're diving into this explainer to unpack the ultimate step-by-step tactical playbook for landing a highly sought-after role at Ramco Cements. Look, if you're an engineering professional or a science grad looking to make a massive leap in the industrial sector, you're exactly in the right place. We're going to break down a major walk-in recruitment drive hosted by one of India's absolute heavyweights in cement manufacturing. And more importantly, we're going to share the specific insider application tips you actually need to cut through the noise and secure an offer.
So, let's start things off with a pretty direct question. Are you genuinely prepared to step up and build your career in India's booming cement sector? Ramco Cements is expanding rapidly, right? And they're actively hunting for experienced talent. But here's the thing, walking into a massive recruitment drive totally unprepared, yeah, that's just a recipe for getting completely lost in the crowd. You need a strategy. You need to know exactly what they want, what you bring to the table, and how to outmaneuver their specific selection process.
So, here is our roadmap for this explainer. First, the Ramco opportunity. Second, who Ramco is looking for. Third, core responsibilities. Fourth, mastering the walk-in. And finally, number 5, those all-important salary expectations.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the Ramco Cements opportunity.
Now, you have to understand, Ramco Cements isn't just some local player, they're an industry giant. A drive like this across multiple departments means they are in a serious growth phase. But, and this is absolutely crucial to note right off the bat, you might need to pack your bags. Selected candidates have to be willing to relocate to Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, or Odisha, depending entirely on business needs. Here's a huge tip for you. When you're talking to HR, making it crystal clear that you are completely flexible and willing to deploy to any of these locations, that's going to instantly elevate your profile over candidates who are stuck on one specific geographic spot.
Moving right along to Section 2, who exactly is Ramco looking for?
Okay, so let's break down the matrix. If you're sitting on a B.Sc in chemistry or cement science, and you've got anywhere from 1 to 8 years of experience, you're tracking directly toward the deputy officer or officer roles in quality control. For the engineers tuning in, whether you want that deputy engineer, engineer, or senior engineer title, the absolute baseline qualification is a diploma. Got a diploma in mechanical engineering? You're on the mechanical track. Got a diploma in electrical and electronics engineering, or EEE? You're on the electrical track. And for both of those engineering paths, Ramco is casting a pretty wide net, looking for a solid 1 to 12 years of relevant industrial background.
Which naturally brings us to Section 3, core job responsibilities.
Because, having the degree is one thing, but knowing exactly how you'll spend your 8-hour shift on the plant floor, that's a whole different ballgame. If you're targeting that deputy officer or officer role in QC, your world is the lab. You're going to be getting your hands dirty, metaphorically, actually maybe literally too, testing raw materials, clinker, cement, the whole shebang. You'll run both chemical and physical lab tests. And listen, your ultimate non-negotiable metric for success here is maintaining product quality strictly to BIS and company standards. You'll also be cranking out comprehensive lab reports and coordinating directly with the production teams to make sure that cement quality is absolutely flawless, batch after batch.
Now, for the engineers, the day-to-day looks quite a bit different depending on your track. On the mechanical side, your life revolves around heavy, rotating machinery. We're talking preventative and breakdown maintenance for crushers, kilns, cement mills, you name it. You'll be deep into shutdown planning, managing spare parts, and running root cause analysis when things inevitably break. On the flip side, if you're an electrical engineer, your battleground is power and control. You're tackling HT and LT switchgear maintenance, keeping massive transformers humming, and troubleshooting PLC and VFD systems. And for both of these engineering roles, strict adherence to plant safety procedures is absolutely paramount. No shortcuts.
All right, let's pivot to Section 4, mastering the walk-in interview. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Having a stellar resume is honestly only half the battle. Navigating the sheer logistics of a massive walk-in event is where these job offers are actually won or lost. Time is quite literally of the essence here. Mark your calendars right now. These walk-ins are happening exclusively on August 7th and 8th, 2026. The window is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Here is an insider pro tip for you. Do not be that person who casually strolls in at 4:30 p.m. For walk-in drives, getting there early, like right at 9 a.m., means you're fresh, the interviewers are actually still fresh, and you aren't stuck waiting for 6 hours in a crowded hallway with hundreds of other stressed-out candidates.
Okay, grab a pen, because here is your exact packing checklist.
You absolutely must have all 5 of these documents ready to go, original copies and multiple photocopies. You need your updated resume. You need your educational mark sheets for every single semester, not just the final degree certificate, okay? You need your Autohar card, your driving license, and, super important for the negotiation phase later, your last 3 months' salary slips. Having all of this neatly organized in a professional folder, that shows incredible attention to detail before you even introduce yourself.
Now listen up, because this is literally the most crucial tactical tip in this entire explainer. Do not miss this vital little secret hidden in the fine print of the source material. It says verbatim, attend the interview only after receiving email confirmation from the recruitment team. Guys, this is not your typical walk-in where you just show up off the street. It's a pre-registered walk-in. If you just roll up to the venue without that specific confirmation email, there's a very high chance you are getting turned right around at the front gate.
So how do you actually get that confirmation? These are the 2 exact email IDs you need to use right now. bnd@ramcocements.co.in and hrsupport2@ramcocements.co.in. You need to scan your document checklist and email it over immediately. My advice? Use a super clear subject line, something like application for mechanical engineer walk-in, followed by your name and your years of experience. Make it totally effortless for their HR team to scan your email and fire back that golden ticket confirmation reply.
Once you finally get that confirmation email, you'll be heading out to the Alva's Vidyagiri campus, which is on the Solapur-Mangalore highway down in Mangaluru, Karnataka. Plan your travel out well in advance. If you're coming in from out of state, make sure you factor in local traffic and transit time so you can comfortably hit that 9 a.m. start.
When you walk through those doors, you are looking at a strict 6-stage selection gauntlet. And knowing this in advance gives you a massive tactical advantage. You're going to start with a resume screening, which flows immediately into a technical interview. That's where your knowledge of PLCs or chemical BIS standards is going to get seriously grilled. Survive that, and you move to the HR interview to test your cultural fit and, yep, your willingness to relocate. Then comes document verification, which is why your folder needs to be flawless, followed by a salary discussion. Culminating all of this, for the ones who make it through, is the actual physical offer letter. Treat every single step as a brand new hurdle. Keep your energy high from step 1 all the way to step 6.
And finally, we arrive at Section 5, Salary Expectations and Next Steps.
So after surviving the technical grill sessions and the document checks, what's the actual payoff? Let's talk numbers. While Ramco doesn't explicitly print the exact salary figures in the recruitment ad, our source material leans on industry standards to give you a really clear baseline for your negotiations. Deputy officers in QC, you're looking at an approximate annual CTC of 3.5 to 5.5 lakhs per annum. Mechanical and electrical engineers can expect somewhere in the 4 to 7 LPA range. And if you're walking in as a senior engineer, pushing closer to that 12-year experience mark, that bracket jumps up to 6 to 10 lakhs per annum.
But remember, those ranges aren't set in stone. Your actual final offer, when you sit down at stage 5, is going to depend heavily on 4 specific variables. First, the depth of your relevant experience. Like, have you actually maintained a kiln before or just general machinery? Second, your current salary baseline, which again is why those 3 months of pay slips are mandatory. Third, how well you performed in the technical and HR interviews. And fourth, your final assigned work location, since regional allowances can vary. Your goal on interview day is to maximize your perceived value across all 4 of those pillars.
Just to round things out and give you a bit more background, here are the corporate headquarters details for the Ramco Cements Limited. Their main nerve center is the Auras Corporate Center over in Mylapore, Chennai. Pro tip, it honestly never hurts to casually drop a little corporate knowledge during your HR interview. It just shows you've actually done your homework on the wider company.
Well, we've laid out the entire playbook for you. You know the exact roles, the daily responsibilities, the salary expectations, and that all-important secret that you absolutely must email them before showing up. So the only question left is, are you going to be the candidate who walks in completely prepared, beautifully organized, and ready to claim your spot? Or will you be the one turned away at the gate because you skipped the fine print? Get those documents scanned, draft that email, and ask yourself, what other hidden advantages might you be missing in your job hunt right now?